We have 5 days to the election, and of course we are your election court. Hello there, good morning to you all, and welcome to Wake Up News Live on Globe Television. I am Sandra at BOAHEN. Let's begin with our top stories. Coming up, police investigate clash involving NDC parliamentary candidates and community members. This morning, Bono East Regional Minister urges journalists to exercise caution in their reporting in the upcoming elections to avoid misinforming the public. Coming up later on the international front, at least 15 killed, more than 100 missing as landslides bury Uganda homes. And in sports, we have for you Accra Heart of Oak and Asante Kotoko have progressed to the round of 32 in the 2024-2025 MTN FA Cup. While details of all these stories and many more coming up shortly, remember we are streaming live on Facebook at Globe TV GH. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I am Sandra Dubois. Let's start from the Electoral Commission. Now, the Electoral Commission has recorded ballot papers intended for the eastern and western regions following a reported incident involving a defaced ballot paper. The special voting exercise originally scheduled for Monday, December 2nd for these two regions has been rescheduled to Thursday, December 5th to allow for the reprinting and redistributing of the affected ballots. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jane Mensah, at an emergency press briefing on Sunday, December 1st, disclosed that the decision was prompted by a report from National Security, which revealed that a single defaced ballot paper earmarked for destruction had been found outside the checkpoint printing house, the facility responsible for producing the ballot papers for the two regions.
Some have posed the question to the Commission since this information broke out on Friday night, that why would you reprint all the ballots when it's only a single defaced, ballot paper that was taken out of the printing house? And the question that we have posed is, as a commission, our avowed intention is to ensure and guarantee the integrity of the 2024 election. And therefore, although it was a single paper that was taken out of, a single ballot paper that was taken out of the printing house, it was important that we recall the ballots for the eastern region, and we have agreed that we add on the western region to ensure the integrity of the elections. And it is for that reason that we raised and escalated this matter and raised it above board, and have invited the political parties here this afternoon to discuss the issue and to inform them about the Commission's decisions. Thankfully, as we mentioned, there has been consensus around the issue of recall and reprint, and we have all agreed that ballots for the eastern region and the western region should be reprinted. We'd like to call on the citizens of Ghana to support the EC in its bid to guarantee the integrity of the elections, not just in the eastern region, but in the western region and the country as a whole. It has not been an easy decision to recall a ballot simply because a defaced ballot paper has been taken out of the printing press. It has not been an easy decision to arrive at. But as a commission that is keen and committed to ensure the integrity of all our processes from the registration all the way through to the election and the declaration. We are the view that
now, away from the Electoral Commission, an investigation has been launched by the Ghana Police Service into an incident involving the National Democratic Congress parliamentary candidate for Wassa and Memphis Central, Joanna Jan Kujo, and some members of the Ejaka Mansa community in the Western region. The incident occurred on Saturday, November 30, 2024, when Joanna Jan Kujo and her team encountered a parked vehicle in the middle of the road while returning from a political event. A misunderstanding ensued between her team and the driver, eventually leading to a clash involving some community members. 2 people were injured and 2 vehicles were damaged during the altercation. The police are urging community members to remain calm as they work to apprehend the perpetrators and bring them to justice. Now, the Ghana Education Service has directed all senior high schools and senior high technical schools to close on Thursday, December 5th, 2024. This break will enable staff and eligible students to exercise their constitutional right to vote in the upcoming general election on December 7. According to a statement released on November 29, 2024, regional directors have been instructed to ensure that heads of SIC and cycle schools adhere to this directive, allowing staff and eligible students to travel to their respective constituency to cast their vote. This decision aims to promote civic participation and responsibility among Ghana's youth and educators. Now, away from that, the Bono East Regional Minister Kwesi Edujan has urged journalists to exercise caution in their reporting to avoid misinforming the public. He made his call at the maiden election hearing workshop organized by the Bono East Regional Chapter of the Ghana Journalists Association.
The workshop aims to train journalists in the Middle Belt on responsible reporting during and after the elections. Regional Minister Edujan emphasized the importance of ethical reporting, noting that journalists are a trusted source of information and any form of misinformation could cause harm during the election period.
Most of the time, we call the journalists as the third estate because they keep an eye, on most of the items. They provide information to the populace and people rely most on them, particularly in times such as this. So we are urging them that in their reporting, they should be accurate, they should be precise, they should validate the information that they get, they should avoid sensationalism, they should check their facts.
Deputy Regional Police Commander ACP David Amako encouraged journalists to collaborate with the electoral bodies as they are the only relevant authority to provide credible information during the elections.
Avoid arguing or confrontational tones. Non-verbal communication is very important. You maintain eye contact, open and calm body language. Avoid sudden movement. Fast check and verify information is very, very key. Fast check. Avoid hate speech and incitement. Refrain from broadcasting hate speech or inciting language that can lead to violence. Collaborate with electoral bodies. The Electoral Commission is the only sole institution that is responsible for election.
Regional Peace Council Chair Reverend Prince Aseku emphasized the importance of accuracy and impartiality in journalistic reporting. He urged journalists to uphold proper ethics and prioritize professionalism.
Impartiality and fairness. Near higher, say, you station be brave, mayofodia. Into your mama will pay master. So one way, better say. But who say, so say, you know, you go boss with now, Debbie baby boko CNN, Albako VOA, and a BBC. And you want to say professional, clarity, and transparency.
The acting president of the Bono East chapter of the Ghana Journalists Association (GJA), Frederick Entry, advised colleague journalists to demonstrate greater dedication to ethical reporting. He encouraged them to apply the knowledge gained from their training to exhibit responsible journalism.
The purpose of us meeting was to sensitize our members to come out with credible reporting during the election. We've had an incident, which is 2020 incident, which we don't want to repeat. That has led our region being tagged as one of the hotspots. Therefore, the Journalists Association in Bono East, the interim executive, put together a seminar to sensitize our members on election credible reporting in electioneering campaign. This will be also to have a TikTok with stakeholders on the modalities of the roadmap to our election campaign.
Ghana's two main opposition parties, the National Democratic Congress (NDC) and the New Patriotic Party (NPP), during a recent workshop, urged journalists to prioritize responsible reporting, recognizing the critical role journalists play in shaping public opinion and maintaining peace.
The Asante Otunfo said to the SECON has urged for a swift resolution to the current impasse in Ghana's parliament. The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, had previously rejected a request by the majority leader to reconvene the House after its indefinite adjournment. Bagbin insisted that the House would only reconvene after the December 7, 2024 elections. However, the Asante believes resolving the current impasse is crucial for ensuring the continuation of peaceful democratic governance. He made this call at the 58th congregation of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, emphasizing the need for all parties to reach a truce.
Is imperiled by developments that can only stick in our throats. So, after our lofty experiences of the past 3 decades, how sad it is how sad is it to see the impasse in our legislature, the continuing antipathy towards the institutions of state that should guarantee our peace and stability, and particularly in the challenge to the rule of law. We may have been through some of these experiences before and overcome them, but the vehemence of the current impasse carries foreboding.
You're still watching the Wake Up News live on Globe Television. Coming up on the program, the National Health Insurance Authority has disbursed over 200 million Ghana cedis to healthcare facilities across Ghana for claims payment. More stories coming up right after the break this day. The National Ghana cedis to healthcare facilities across Ghana for claims payment. This funding release coincides with the launch of free dialysis services for kidney patients under the National Health Insurance Scheme, which kicked off on December 1st, 2024. As part of the initiative, the NHI announced a list of accredited health facilities that will provide free dialysis treatment nationwide starting December 1st, 2024. The policy unveiled by Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia aims to alleviate the financial burden on kidney patients covered by the NHIS. This comprehensive rollout builds upon a successive pilot program earlier this year that targeted patients under 18 and those over 60 and is expected to significantly ease the financial burden on kidney patients nationwide, ensuring equitable access to essential dialysis services. In other stories, the Food and Drugs Authority has taken a crucial step towards improving public health by training food safety and environmental health officers. The training, organized in collaboration with UNICEF, aims to equip officers with the knowledge and skills to monitor and inspect salt manufacturing facilities nationwide.
The primary objective of the training is to ensure that artisanal salt production adheres to iodization standards. Iodine deficiency can lead to severe health issues, including stillbirths, congenital defects, and goiter. To address this gap, the FDA has intensified efforts to enforce edible salt iodization standards. The head of the Food Safety Coordination and Consumer Education at the FDA, Joycelyn Adeline Ajakwa Emusa, emphasizes the importance of the training in ensuring public health and safety.
To say goiter ni sa anyoma no prevent massa ade no embase wo iodine no se na dodro se na wo se wo nipadua no mu nti se ebi won chire no mu a wo ye sure say at least de bia say because nkofo ayi no mutumi di aduane a nchini nim obia be di aduane a nchini kakra wo nti dodro anapa ewia enumre nti dodro sa na wo di kakra no wo nya sa nrani ndro no wo mu a ebema sa condition no to prevent it from getting such conditions. And also even pregnant women eboa say omonkwala no so omo brain development no ebema na ayese na wo say.
Madam Joycelyn assured that sufficient testing kits will be provided to officers for comprehensive inspections.
Ye trainee environmental health officers ni food inspectors say inspections omo ye will be bia ye inchine wo throughout the country, various areas no mo ye nchine wo Ghana no omo betumi ahwe say omo ye ni ye senia ebema salt no abrofo kan the quality no ebe ye senia wo say ye na iodine so a omo di begum no so no omo aye ni ye na se Ghana food di sa nchine na edi apomudin na ehu hia no edi bebrem se rock salt se na lady bakune kana e wo say eno so iodized won to me fa we ni hu but e wo test kit a ye de check nti te say omo aye che omo ade sisi ano environmental health officers, food safety officers, even cra market queens na ade no ya mo sa test kits no say omo check na omo hwe say salt no iodine bi wom ansana.
She emphasized the importance of consumers prioritizing the purchase of iodized salt to protect their health. And Journey Aboy, a participant from the Regional Environmental Health Office in Accra, found the training to be informative, highlighting key areas that require targeted inspections.
It's timely because the issues of salt and its production and usage has public health concerns. Over the time, a lot has been done, but it looks like the momentum has gone down. So the training is to revamp that spirit and then also make us as monitors and enforcers to be on the ground to ensure that public health is safeguarded. So we are grateful to FDA for this training and also to UNICEF for their support. We are also looking at the introduction of some other impurities that could mar the look of the salts we produce. So as enforcers, these are the common things we see.
Now, Ghana and Seychelles are strengthening their ties through strategic partnerships in STEM education, air services and tourism. These agreements aim to foster innovation, economic growth and cultural exchange between the two nations. The partnership in STEM education is particularly significant for Ghana as it seeks to enhance its educational landscape. By collaborating with Seychelles, Ghana hopes to gain valuable insight and expertise to boost its STEM education initiatives.
The two countries have signed a memorandum of understanding to enhance STEM education, research, training and skills development. In addition to the STEM agreement, Ghana and Seychelles have also signed a bilateral air services agreement which will allow for direct air services between the two countries. This is expected to support tourism and trade, further strengthening their ties. Conrad Madrik is the High Commissioner of Seychelles to Ethiopia.
In fact, it's his first official visit to Africa, and Ghana has been chosen as the country to do that. So it shows, how important we attach to our relations with Ghana. We've had a long history of historical relationship dating back to the 1990s, even before we established relations in 1988. So we've had a lot, we have a lot in common. And we are happy. The president has been very happy. His visit has been very successful, and he's going back, with light-hearted that many things have been achieved, especially with the signing of the 4 memoranda of understanding in the field of culture, tourism. We just signed now the BASA. It's two countries that we don't need visa to go to, so we expect a lot of movements. Now many people will be talking about Ghana following the visit of the president. In fact, he also had the opportunity to meet with the Seychellois living in Ghana and married to Ghanaians.
Director of Africa Bilateral Relations, Mrs. Barbara Addo, emphasized the significance of collaboration between Ghana and Seychelles, noting that this partnership would drive mutual prosperity and innovation.
So our relations with Seychelles dates back to the 1900s. We've had, historical relations, and we just signed a number of agreements today, which is 2 agreements to consolidate, our relations. And so this goes to strengthen the already existing excellent relations that we have with Seychelles. The 2 agreements are agreements in the area of education, agreements bilateral air service agreement. The bilateral air service agreement will enhance people-to-people cooperation and ultimately promote economic cooperation between the two countries. In the area of education, it will also enable us to engage in exchanges, educational exchanges between the two countries, which will foster, more cooperation in the areas of research, in the areas of STEM, and so I would say overall, the signing.
Climate change is having devastating effect globally, from extreme weather patterns to environmental degradation. In response, businesses are stepping up to combat its impact. Melcom Group, a leading Ghanaian company, is at the forefront of these efforts.
According to the General Manager of Melcom Group, Francis Sam, the company is committed to reducing its carbon footprint. He explained this during the International Finance Corporation certification ceremony. Melcom Group's efforts have been recognized by the IFC, which awarded the company the Excellence in Design for Greater Efficiency certificate. This prestigious award honors Melcom's commitment to reducing harmful emissions and promoting renewable energy.
So this is a small step in that direction to minimize our carbon footprint and our emissions. And that's why it's important for us to all embark on such initiatives. But the aim and goal of Malcolm is to ensure that all our establishments are being designed, operated, and adhering to the highest standards with a conscious effort to minimize our carbon footprint.
The country manager for the International Finance Corporation in Ghana, Kylie Cloper, is calling on other institutions and other companies to follow Malcolm's group lead in combating climate change. He emphasized the importance of collective action in addressing the global threats of climate change.
All in the goal of reducing demands on the environment, energy, water, resources, and improving our ability to adapt and sustainably for climate change. So as we, particularly green buildings that reduce energy consumption, then that results in a lower carbon economy. The reducing energy consumption, it reduces the need for power generation and reduces the need for expenditure on power generation. And so we're very keen on rolling this out, residential, commercial, services, retail around the world to help improve energy efficiency in buildings, because to successfully address climate change isn't just reducing the use of carbon-emitting energy, but reducing demand.
On the foreign front, at least 15 killed, more than 100 missing as landslides bury Ugandan homes this day. The death toll from a landslide triggered by heavy rain in eastern Uganda has climbed to 17, a government spokesperson said on Friday, with more than 100 others missing. The landslides occurred on Wednesday in Bulambuli district, about 300 kilometers east of the capital, Kampala, and buried dozens of homes across several villages.
Dozens of homes across several villages in eastern Uganda. Officials said more than a dozen people were killed and more than 100 others were missing. Loved ones wailed as they looked down at victims' bodies placed in rows. Wednesday's landslide was triggered by heavy rain. A spokesman for the Office of the Prime Minister said it had warned people living in risk-prone areas about possible landslides at the onset of seasonal rains. The East African nation has been hit by unusually heavy rainfall since October that has caused widespread flooding and landslides in some areas. The area where this landslide occurred is mountainous and has experienced similar disasters in the past, including an avalanche.
Coming up in sports, Accra Heart of Oak and Asante Kotoko have progressed to the round of 32 in the 2024-25 MTN FA Cup. Stay. Accra Heart of Oak and Asante Kotoko have progressed to the round of 32 in the 2024-25 MTN FA Cup. Both teams secured victories against Immigration FC and Future Stars respectively. Asante Kotoko's Albert Amwa stole the show with a brilliant brace at the Babayara Sports Stadium on Sunday. His scintillating second half display sent the Porcupine Warriors through to the next round. In Accra Heart of Oak this month, the lower tier side Immigration FC 4-0 to advance. Martin Kari, a brace from Mawili Wayo, and a cool finish from Steven Apiasa sealed victory for the record holders. Other winners in the round of 64 include King Faisal, Nations FC, Dreams FC, FC Nania, Golden Cake, and Danbot FC. Marcus Rashford and Joshua Zirkzee scored twice each as Manchester United trashed Everton 4-0 in Ruben Amorim's first Premier League home game in charge. The visitors had started brightly with Beto spanning a couple of early opportunities, but their collapse continued only 20 seconds after halftime when Moss Lupnes allowed the excellent Ahmad Diallo to play in Rashford for a well-taken second. Chelsea produced a resounding 3-0 victory over Aston Villa in what was their finest Premier League display of the season thus far. Enzo Maresca's men showcased a tactical precision and adaptability, asserting their dominance throughout the contest.